What's up, YouTube? What's going on, CCI family? It's your main man back with the game plan. Yep, once again, you already know. Look, if I had to start everything all over again with today's market, today's volatility, and today's opportunities, these are the 5 stocks that I'd build my foundation on, okay? There's no hype here. There's no guessing, just a clean starter pack for y'all beginners, all right? Let's get into it. All right, and before you ask, no, it's not 5 AI stocks and a prayer. Not at all, okay? The market, as you see, has been jumpy lately. We got the red light on. That's telling you the market is down right now, okay? Some days it looks like the market drank too much coffee and it's up and away, you know, and then other days it looks like it needs a nap. You feel me? So, but here's the real truth, okay? These moments are when beginners can actually start building their strongest foundations, okay? If you keep it simple, all right? Which means corrections that equal opportunities, volatility that equals normality, and then, of course, the long-term over the short-term goals, okay? All right, so stock number 1, VOO, okay? Now, VOO is the S&P 500 in one button. This is your foundation, you feel me? Now, you get 500 of the biggest companies in America under one roof without having to pick winners at all. So it's real boring, but that's exactly why it works. You feel me? Key points to remember: it's diversified. The cost is low. It's long-term compounding, and it's perfect for beginners, okay? So if VOO was a person, it'd be the friend that always shows up on time and never asks to borrow any money. You feel me? All right, next one. Stock number 2, the almighty NVIDIA, okay? Now, NVIDIA, they're your innovator, okay? NVIDIA is the company powering the entire AI boom. Think of them as the engine that's under the hood, okay? You don't have to understand every detail of AI. Just know that almost everyone building it needs NVIDIA, okay? Now, in plain English, they got the AI chips on lock, the data centers locked, and long-term growth in abundance. You feel me? They're basically selling shovels in a gold rush, okay? Except these shovels cost a few $1,000s, of course, but everyone still lines up to buy them. All right, so keeping it rolling, number 3 is Modine Manufacturing, okay? This one is your infrastructure play, okay? Now, Modine is that company nobody talks about, but every one of them needs. You feel me? And it's funny to me because with Modine, I've been watching this for a few years now, okay? I watch all these presentations, CNBC, other people's, you know, talk on stocks and so forth. But Modine is not mentioned too often. Keep that in mind. It might be the best kept secret because do your own research, but Modine is making things that move. And Modine is moving fast. They're a player in this game and they're here to stay. You feel me? They've been here for over 100 years already. But anyway, they make the cooling systems that keep these data centers and all that hardware from melting into soup, into nothing, okay? In plain English, they got the cooling technology on lock. Data center demand on lock. They're quiet, but they're essential. Remember that, which might be one of the best things ever, okay? They're not the star of the movie, by no means, but without them, just think that the stars of the movie pass out from heat exhaustion. Let's keep it moving. All right, so number 4 on the list is Applied Digital Corporation, ticker symbol APLD, okay? APLD we're going to use as wild card number 1, you feel me? Now, APLD is where we step more into the higher risk zone, okay? They build these power-dense data centers for AI. There's big potential here. Trust and believe. But there's also big volatility that you have to watch. Okay, this is the kind of stock that you got to size carefully and not marry into right away. Okay, they do a lot of AI hosting. They've got great growth potential. great, okay? But again, there's that high volatility that you have to pay attention to, okay? This one can move really fast, okay? Fast enough for your phone to ask you, are you paying attention still? That's about it. Let's keep it moving. Number 5 is going to be TerraWolf. That's the latest video I made. I love TerraWolf, okay? TerraWolf keeps you in both realms, okay? Which is the miner side of Bitcoin as well as connection to Bitcoin, okay? TerraWolf is a Bitcoin miner, okay, with high clean energy angles. It's tied to Bitcoin cycles, so it's not for the faint of heart, but the upside can be more than real if you understand the risk, okay? So again, plain English, they've got the Bitcoin mining on lock. They've got the clean energy angle running beautifully. People love it. And the downside, I would just say, is they're high risk and high reward, okay? Think of this one like, I don't know, like hot sauce, okay? It adds a little flavor, but too much will ruin the meal. Now, keep in mind, you do not have to run 2 wildcards, not at all, okay? Like in this example, I'm running APLD as well as TerraWolf, both to me, which are wildcards, okay? But if you want something that, let's say, is steadier, okay, that still brings you that income that you want, okay? I've got a vet here. She's got you covered. She's going to come in and give you that clean dividend option that beginners love, okay? Take it away, Yvette.
Thanks, Vince. So if you're watching this and thinking, okay, 2 wildcards might be a little spicy for me, don't worry. You can absolutely swap one out for something steadier. One of the simplest dividend plays for beginners is Realty Income, ticker O. Realty Income is one of those companies you can actually understand without needing a finance dictionary. They own commercial buildings, things like grocery stores, pharmacies, and big retail spaces. And the tenants pay rent every month. Instead of that money disappearing into the air, a portion of it gets passed on to shareholders as dividends. And the best part is, they've been doing this for decades with a really steady track record. It's simple, it's predictable, and it's built on businesses people use every day. That's why so many new investors like starting with it. You don't need a finance degree to understand how it makes money. And just to give you a sense of how consistent they are, Realty Income has paid a dividend for over 50 years, and they've increased that dividend more than 120 times since the 1990s. The current yield usually sits around the 4 to 6% range, depending on the market, which is pretty solid for a company built on everyday, essential tenants. So if you want a calmer option in your starter pack, Realty Income is a clean, beginner-friendly way to add a little income while you learn.
So again, if I were to have to start over from scratch, these are just a few of the hand-picked stocks that I would base my approach on. Nothing else, okay? As normal, I'm not telling you, of course, what to buy, hold, or sell. This is just for educational purposes only. Always do your own research. All right. So if you learned something again today, welcome to the family. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. You feel me? And as always, I'm wishing you a blessed and financially successful week ahead. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.